I am completely clueless about what is going on with the no sleep folks and the all the time to be ones, but I am hoping that it will be resolved soon. The issue that needs to be answered is how many of you wish that you were having a lot more peace around $2.64. If you were to just remark that Priceman sounds crazy, wouldn't you agree? It gives us the impression that we are merely residing in a dream. On the other hand, due to the fact that the trigger for this year is so significant, you people are not going to believe me. Take note of this. Because of XRP, Bitcoin will be worth $19 and Ethereum will be worth $4. It's not as far away as you might believe. You are absolutely correct. Doesn't that seem insane? To be more precise, we are $1, less than $1.50 on the dollar, and 50 cents on the dollar. At a great distance, a theory of men is being turned upside down, which is peculiar because I believe Mr. Poole was the one who first dubbed it a long time ago. The way Ethereum operates is somewhat peculiar, since I must remind you that I require cycle people. First, Bitcoin will go through this, then a theory will go through this, and finally, XRP will be the major participant in this. Bitcoin comes first, followed by Ethereum, and then XRP comes last. However, at the moment, it is Bitcoin XRP, or sometimes XRP in front of Bitcoin itself, which means that there are either one or two individuals involved. On the other hand, Ethereum has reached this point before. Guys, other than XRP and the XRP group, it hasn't been pumping at all recently that I can think of. This phenomenon is referred to as white thrilling. Is it not the case that this is no longer described as a notion about men? Certainly, if you ask me after the fact, it does appear rather similar. What is it? Has the blood been noticed by the bludgermen? Even while I don't know for sure, I have a strong feeling that we are now in capable hands. 14th of April is the new date. That is correct, the 14th of April. What exactly are you guys up to today? We are pumping in general, but the following day appears to be quite busy due to the fact that Ripple is competing against EC. If the brief is not submitted by the specified date of January 15th, 2025, the appeal will be dismissed against the defendant. Specifically, the UAEC security is a swap commission V5 for stoppers, and the swap works V5 for stoppers through the filing of a notice in accordance with Local Rule 31.2. The Securities and Exchange Commission has established the date of January 15th, 2025 as the beginning date for Ripple Labs on AEC security. In light of the fact that January 1 is the deadline for short reports, the brief ought to be submitted on or before that day. After receiving a score of 5,202,520,150, the curse has been lifted, assuming that the date in question is not constantly utilized. The click is valid from January 1, 2015, all the way through February 2015. Please, God, grant Gary the opportunity to have a term that is close to his heart as soon as possible. Would it be possible for you to not file? In Gary's case, it appears that the investigation has been completed, gentlemen. Despite the fact that there is no longer a veil of darkness hanging over the surroundings, there is still a little amount of tension between the males. I believe that the problem will be addressed when the judge finally puts down the gavel, despite the fact that they want it to be resolved. Is it correct that the White House secretary is now complying with an order from a federal court to provide a comprehensive explanation for why the organization failed to establish clear guidelines for crypto assets, which indicates that they are already considering that they are already on that? They are under a significant amount of stress, guys carrying hefty Moreover, if they continue to pursue the odd instances or crazy organizations that are contained inside it, in addition to everything else that is reasonable regarding cryptocurrencies, what kind of response would the SEC have? And you guys are precisely exactly what I need at this very moment. Now that the matter has been resolved, what course of action will they take to restore their reputation? My hope is that they will not record the following day. It is common knowledge that the activities that Gary enjoys doing are well worth the remaining time. It was said that they will be able to record on the 15th. Is that correct? My guess is that it is 12 o'clock in the morning, as well as 11:59 p.m. Mr. If it is not now, then it will happen. Pool. If it is not now, then it will happen. Tomorrow at 11:15 a.m. 5 will be released, which means that it will begin at 14 o'clock, and it is possible that it will also be released the following day. Guys, you just put the two parts together and then cut them up, right? The answer is A1, and you are going to give the 1 to the 14 right now. Is that correct? Total of 15 is equal to 14 plus 1, hence 15 is equal to 1. The number 115, I really hope that's accurate. It is the beginning. The bear informed us that this is the month in question. Really, there is going to be a boom. January is the month that men are focusing on, and it appears that men are currently adopting a fresh perspective. Things are beginning to move, and it is now time for the general public to become aware of a significant cryptocurrency baby kisser transaction. For the very first time in history, a flesh presser accomplished the sale of Ripple representing guys. In addition, I am not aware of how near Solana is to the decisions that are anticipated to be made by the SEC by the end of January. I find this to be quite peculiar. Each and every time that President Trump is scheduled to be in office, Gary's going to be present on the 21st or later throughout this month. A further belief is that the Securities and Exchange Commission will make its verdict before the end of January. Just for XRP, they are virtually probably going to meet the requirements to be accepted, particularly in the event that the case is disregarded, which makes things appear positive. Take into consideration all of the money that will be coming in. Consider all of the money that is flowing in at this very moment. If you understand that you're inherently valuable and you're worth more than money, according to Gary Gensler, the head of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Bitcoin is a relatively dangerous currency. However, 7 billion people all across the world are required to trade it, just as we did with gold for 100 years. In the beginning, he talks about Bitcoin, but then he moves on to other topics, so pay close attention. There is no doubt in my mind that Bitcoin is an extremely volatile and dangerous asset. On the other hand, given that there are 7 billion individuals in the world, 7 billion of them are interested in commerce, in a manner comparable to the fact that we have gold for 100 years.